What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Strung Out as we continue with Exile and Oblivion 2004. Thank you, as always, to Paulie. And the next track of the playlist is Katatonia, though it is spelled in a non-standard way with a K instead of a C. But I'm gonna guess that's more like a stylization, and the neurological condition of Katatonia seems particularly well suited to Strung Out's songwriting tendencies, in that they have a lot of songs I've heard so far relating to psychological conditions, state of mind, mental perception, emotional perception, and so on. And Katatonia as a neurological disorder relates to atypical and impaired lucidity, cogency, movement, and mental function, and thus it all seems very well suited to figurative meaning. I will try to follow along, though once again we do have a lyric sheet with this album, so once we listen I will be able to, with the help of my other phone, which I've got to locate, it's over there. Yeah, that's right, it's, you know, the print is a bit small, and these eyes of mine, oh, they are old, but we will check that out after I give my initial thoughts. Katatonia, okay. So here we go, this is Strung Out, the song is Katatonia, and it's from their 2004 album, Exile and Oblivion. Hold on, why is it so quiet? It shouldn't be that quiet. Give me a moment here, there's no way it should be that quiet. That's all the way up. I don't understand. Bit of a Twilight Zone ending here.
Mother Mary, bury me in.
I'm assuming that's the beginning of the next track. Let me make sure, though. I have to get my phone just to make sure that I can actually see. But yes, it does feel like the tracks are not like... It's not like a medley, but they do kind of bleed into one another. Where is the... Oh, here it is. Okay. Katatonia. Let's make sure. Yes, that was the beginning of the next track, which is Her Name in Blood, and starts Mother Mary, Bury Me. But okay, so what I caught, it does sound like it's a name for a person, but also like, you know, your name is Katatonia, or like that's what he's calling her. But I think at another point he says like your name is Sanctuary. Part of it sounds very adversarial in that like I wish I never met you, but then there was another line something like that, like a kiss is all I need from you, like a final kiss, which sound like, and I think he said even like life support is all that's sustaining him or something like that, which like if you're catatonic again, like you can't, your brain isn't functioning normally, you can't speak normally, you can't engage in motor movement normally, and your responsivity, your lucidity is not normal either. So it's not necessarily being comatose, though it can be something similar to that. So if life support is all that's sustaining him, and again, you can take that more literally, like him in a hospital bed, or like he's got nothing of his own vitality and he's just kind of, you know, hanging on because of this unnatural sustainment. It feels like that is perhaps in reference to what has become of him in relation to this catatonia. So maybe it's, you know, a mental condition personified and not like a woman per se. But let's read. Impoverished and bleeding hope here, something fast receding. Dead light holocaust, I checked this body in tonight. Cross my heart and hope to die. I did hear that. But I checked this body in tonight, like, you know, checking into a hospital maybe, or a hotel. Hope to die, to never leave this place alive. I'm burning right in front of you, break myself against you. I lay still, your penetrating glances, dead stop all my vain advances to another place where I can truly be myself. Respirators kicked on high, life support keeps me alive. To forgive I will never do, one last kiss is all I need from you. To forgive I will never do, okay? One last kiss is all I need from you. Ride salvation, going under. They say I won't survive you now. I wish I never knew you. Your name is Katatonia. So he doesn't say, like, you are salvation or sanctuary or whatever I thought, but, like, yeah, I mean, it's short, and I think you could, like, read that some different ways, but maybe, like, Katatonia is, like, the mental condition personified here as if it's a person, and it does sound like maybe he really is in a hospital and he's recognizing that, you know, he's not going to get out of here alive, or even that he doesn't want to get out if this is the state that he's in, that, you know, life support is all that's keeping him alive and so on. So yeah, it's an intense sentiment. Again, I think some lines here you could read different ways, and one that I'll have to digest some more and think about some of these lines. I will admit, the way the lyrics are written on this sheet, there's no, like, line breaks. There is some capitalization which can indicate, like, the beginning of the next line, but it's all, like, it's written kind of like stream of consciousness, which I guess for a song like this is actually very clever, but yeah, it makes it a little unclear. Whereas, you know, some lyric sheets, it's like, you know, A, B, where it's like the lines are clearly, like, put into, like, you know, stanza or whatever form, but here it's not like that. Either way, I enjoy the tune, lots of, like, rocking drum rhythms and, you know, sort of double kick drum, double bass, and definitely some really intense, like, syncopated moments where it kind of changes rhythm and then it charges back in with, like, you know, the full, like, double time speed, and, you know, definitely some shouted vocals as well. Now again, maybe a bit harder, but this does remind me of the Strung Out I first came to know through Twisted by Design. So it's kind of, I feel like it's more in their like classic sound as I know it, which again I recognize is kind of based on just when I discovered them, but this sounds more classic Strung Out to me than did a lot of the songs on the Element of Sonic Defiance, which definitely had a more like, I don't know, metal or like hard rock feel. It's still punk, but definitely it felt like a little bit different. This album so far, we're only 3 tracks in, but this album so far feels a bit more in the vein that I knew them when I first discovered them. So once again, big shout out to Paulie. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.